Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. This is Christian Posta from solo.io. And today what we're going to look at quickly is integrating Istio 1.5 with Gloo, our API gateway built on Envoy proxy. So we'll be adding very shortly to the docs the steps that you need to take to do that. And basically what it comes down to, and is the recommended way, is to run an Istio agent next to the workload that needs access to the Istio SDS and to get the certificates necessary to participate in the Istio mTLS. And what that actually means is running the Istio proxy next to that workload. Now that proxy isn't going to be used for any communication. The only thing it's going to be doing is the SDS certificate transfers. And so basically what we have to do is edit the Gloo's gateway proxy to include that. So let's take a look at what that would look like here. So the first thing we're going to do is we have Istio 1.5 installed. And if you're wondering where's all of the components, well, in Istio 1.5, things were greatly refactored and improved for operability, is why we see just the Istio control plane as Istio D here. We also have Gloo installed, and we see that the gateway proxy, which is where the traffic comes in, this is the Envoy proxy. Gloo here is the XDS. We also have the book info sample deployed into this cluster. And what we're going to do is use Gloo to allow traffic into the book info demo, into the product page. So we'll give that a second. So this would, so far, is analogous to configuring gateways and virtual services in Istio to allow traffic to come in through the Istio ingress gateway. But as we see, we're not using the ingress gateway, we're using Gloo. Gloo provides additional API gateway functionality, like transformations, like OIDC authentication, things like OPA authorizations and so forth. And so, we're using a little bit higher powered gateway to deal with the traffic coming into our cluster. So we see that the virtual service has been created. Now, if we look at the URL, come here, we should see the book info, the bookstore app. So we're routing from Gloo into Istio 1.5. Now, this isn't very special at the moment. Istio out of the box will enable auto mTLS where available, but will also fall back to permissive mode when not available. So basically, Gloo is talking to Istio or to the product page and routing that traffic to the product page over plain text right now. But so what we want to do is configure Gloo to use Istio's SDS and get the certificates from Istio's SDS. So what we're going to do here is apply the changes to the gateway proxy like we see in the documentation. Follow this doc. And then what we're also going to do is create an upstream in Gloo speak that uses those certificates. So let's apply that upstream. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Gloo, upstreams are how we abstract away the backends. These are the target endpoints that we can route to. So on the gateway, traffic comes in, then we can route to these upstreams. And now we just configured the product page upstream to be able to talk over Istio's mTLS. Now, actually, traffic capture isn't working correctly. But what we're going to see if we come over here is if we refresh this, we should still see our traffic continue to serve even after we've applied the mTLS settings. So I encourage you follow the guides here, and you can follow the steps here to test it out yourself. And if you have trouble or any questions that you have, please go to our slack.solo.io to ask questions and get feedback on this approach. Thanks for joining.